I want to talk about Rotten Tomatoes once again because I can't stand these critics, these narrative people. Okay, so DC's The Flash debuted with 17% critic score, and at the time it was 97. Now it's a 98% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Fans, just hear me out. The critic score has been off for many years now, and if you don't know, Rotten Tomatoes is very narrative based. The scores go off of the relationships and a whole bunch of industry mess. A lot of times, critic scores do not go off of if the movie is actually good or not. Okay, when you are looking at the Rotten Tomato score, you look at what the audience score says because the audience, like that's us, we're the people that actually care about these projects. And for this movie to work, right? For this movie to work, DC fans have to show up because as much as people crap on Black Adam, the audience score for Black Adam was very high, and everyone that saw Black Adam thought that the movie was semi good in some way. But what happened with Black Adam was fans didn't show up. Now, it's actually a good reason that fans didn't show up to Black Adam because then we found out that like The Rock tried to basically take over all of DC. Thank God that didn't happen. But the reality is that The Flash needs to make $700 million just to be profitable. Just to be profitable, it has to clear $700 million. So, and I've been looking at theaters all over Delaware, PA, Jersey. Bro, there aren't a lot of seats like that are left. A lot of people are going to see The Flash. So I am anticipating for The Flash to have a really big opening weekend strike. And I really think that they're going to I really think they're going to get the ball running. Do I think they'll hit 700 million? Really not sure. The Batman hit around 700 mil or around like they almost hit $1 billion. So I do have a couple of, and like Batman was packed out in theaters. Like, I mean, like me and you both know, Pattinson's Batman was a really big movie. So I don't know if it's going to hit 700 mil. To me, a win is if it clears 500 mil. And I do think that The Flash can do that. But I think that once people see this movie, like, and once everybody starts talking about it, that's like, I think next week is going to be the really big week for The Flash.
And here's the thing, and I'm going to say clip this in advance because DC fans didn't show up to the theaters for years. You didn't show up for the theaters when Snyder movies were coming out in theaters. So if The Flash doesn't do well in the box office, the Snyder fans who never showed up for Snyder movies and aren't going to show up for The Flash because they're so butthurt about James Gunn are going to say, oh, look, The Flash didn't do well in the box office. We know DC fans, they're loud on the internet, but you know what they're not loud on? It's buying tickets. They are not, for some reason, whatever the case may be, DC fans have not been a cash cow. They've been causing a lot of problems. It's one of the things that, outside of everything James Gunn is doing, he's going to have to figure that out somehow. But let it be known, this movie is amazing. Whether you are planning on seeing it, your friends are planning on seeing it, you're going to hear from the people who are seeing this movie that they loved it. This movie was amazing. I cannot wait to see it again. There were some things that were cut out that, I can't wait. Stevie and I have been talking about it. And listen, 700 mil is a big number. The one thing I disagree with you, if break even, I don't call that a win. You got to be profitable. You can't be in business and not be profitable no matter what you're doing. Otherwise, it's a hobby, not really a business. So, I think entertainment is important. And above all is the profitability, because if all of this isn't profitable, we're going to stop seeing it. They're not going to make these movies if they're not profitable. So I really think it's important for not just The Flash to be profitable, but DC be profitable as a whole before they scrap it entirely, which I don't think is going to happen, but I think you get where I'm going with this.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about this later on in the episode, but James Gunn confirmed in his interview today that Ezra's not going to be the Flash for the DC. This is actually his last movie. This is the last movie. But
listen, it's fair. It's fair.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, as I said, we just want to see this movie. Okay, like if y'all want to chalk Ezra, I don't care. Let's do it. Like, I think there's so many other actors that can portray Barry Allen either to the same level or even better than what Ezra can, and I wouldn't mind, and because to me, I don't think Ezra is the reason why the Flash is good. Andy Muschietti is the reason why the Flash is good. So, and I believe that Andy and James Gunn are competent enough to find someone that can, model what Ezra started and probably do it even better in my opinion. So that's how I feel about it. As long as you keep Andy in the mix, I think that's the W. Like Ezra and them, they're all interchangeable.